Julia, hi, it's Sarah from the upcoming.
You've met before, haven't we? Yes.
And you came here with bonus track. So it's going to be one of my questions. Having your debut here at this film festival, now closing out the whole thing, must feel like a very special moment for you.
It really does. It feels so special I'm really overwhelmed because you never know how it was a small film, and to be honest, it felt like a pipe dream for a really long time. And so to have it come together, and not only that, people to actually respond to it has been surprising and so exciting.
And I understand you had the idea to sort of adapt this graphic novel some time ago, and it was kind of sat in a drawer. What was it that first gave you the idea for that? And why was now the right time to pick that project up again?
I read the graphic novel a long time ago, before I'd really properly stepped into filmmaking. And I just thought, I thought it was incredible. I think Isabelle's incredible. I thought that the humor and the heart and the kind of, she just has this like dry but slightly unhinged sense of humor that I also love. And so we felt like when we finally met, we really understood each other. And then, as I started making shorts and I sort of got up the courage to approach it, I'd sort of gone into it thinking someone's got to make a film about that. And then eventually I sort of thought, could I? And that was, before the pandemic. And it was so ambitious. And we talked about the idea with some of the gatekeepers, but it was a bit like, I can't really see it. What would it be? And I had never written a feature-length script before, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to write it and put it away till it feels maybe like it's like I can make it. And then I guess after bonus track, when people said, what's next? I was sort of like, could this be it? And it was really, I have to say, it was really the passion of the actors that kicked it into gear. And suddenly it went from being slow to so fast.
Because you got Emma on board, I think, even before you had the financing, then Nicholas coming on board, and then Charlie XCX. I mean, hello, Richard E. Grant.
Yeah.
What was this like your dream cast?
It was a dream. It was incredible. Yeah, I'm still obviously, I feel so lucky that they all felt so enthusiastic and they brought their enthusiasm and passion to set and just showed up really game with their crazy indie schedule. They just went for it.
And I feel like a lot of music fans are desperate to see how Charlie is. Was she what you expected?
I mean, she's going to be different maybe from what they're thinking, because it's a very demure and mysterious role. So it will be a new side to Charlie. After meeting her, the reason I was so excited for her to play Rosa is I really felt like she could play that so well. And she absolutely exceeded my hopes. She was incredible.
And taking something that's so visual, putting it on screen, were there some favorite moments or favorite scenes you watch back now?
Doing the scenes with Rosa and the merchant, because Tom Storton and Charlie had such good chemistry and really trusted each other. But with the leads, and I loved filming Birdman and the Moon. I loved working with Richard and Felicity. But with the sort of four leads, I really loved, there's a scene basically where everyone is sat at the breakfast table. Nobody can say what the hell is going on. Everybody's living out a different moment and they're all just pretending to have a really polite conversation. And it was just so fun to see all the actors play off each other.
And in terms of the takeaways, I guess, people call it kind of a feminist fairy tale. There's definitely political undercurrents, but also maybe just being transported for a couple of hours is what people are a little bit in need of too.
I think that's what I hope, is people will get transported, and that whether it's for you or whether it's not, I hope that it makes you think I'm not going to let anyone tell me that if I've got something to say, I'm going to talk to people about it. I'm going to listen to people when they tell me their stories. I'm going to it could inspire people to tell their own stories.
The fact that you're already closing out London Film Festival with your second film, what's going to be next? I mean, sky's the limit, I suppose.
Yeah, I've got some exciting things in the works that I'm not sure to talk about yet, but it's looking like it's going to be an interesting time. I think I do need a nap first. Yeah.
Any advice for people who might be inspired by your journey, particularly female filmmakers? I mean, it does feel like the British industry is in a good place, but perhaps you still need to fight for your place in some ways.
Yeah, I guess I would say I didn't go to film school and I worked other jobs. Even after Bonus Track came out, I went back to my reception job. It's not always easy to make a living. Don't feel bad if it looks like everybody is doing effortlessly living off this and you're not, because that's very rarely the case. Try and make shorts. I would say start with like an actor in a room and see what you can do there, and apply to the BFI Future Film Festival, because they support young filmmakers and you don't really need industry connections, and they do blind submissions and they watch every single one. So start there. I think that helped me a lot. Well, obviously I'm such a fan of Isabelle's graphic novel that I think I had more trouble letting go of the graphic novel than she did. She was like, it's so long since I wrote it, like go nuts. And with that blessing, I was able to take inspiration, and definitely, even if they weren't the same hats, the hat game in that graphic novel was incredible. The fact that everyone had these silly camp hats. I liked that it felt a little bit out of time, and I maybe leaned into that a little bit more in the film, the slight otherworldly quality.